Thanks, Steve. I'm Kory and today I'm on the Utah-Arizona border with a couple hundred friends for the Tri-State ATV Jamboree. Every year, the Washington County Regional Fairgrounds in Hurricane, Utah becomes the starting point to one of the most expansive and most incredibly eye-opening events in the West.
The Jamboree is 10 years old and explores many of the same trails we have over that period of 10 years. And we're constantly trying to open trails that are appropriate for our use. And the Jamboree serves breakfast and a dinner. We go Thursday, Friday, Saturday on trail rides. Usually one trail ride a day is all we can get in.
This is our 10th year with the Jamboree. I've been with them for about 6, my wife and I have. We heard about it and came down here, and we loved it so much that we now have a second place down here that we spend the winter in and ride with all of the group.
Well, the nice thing about the Jamboree is that you learn different trails. And they've got great guides. It's very well organized. The food, it's just very well put together.
The Tri-State ATV Jamboree started as a way for riders unfamiliar with southern Utah to discover many of the hidden secrets that the general public misses as they drive by in their cars on I-15 at 75 miles an hour. Many Jamborees only offer a few rides, but this Jamboree offers 21 different trail excursions that cover every type of terrain imaginable, from sand dunes to bluffs. Many even end with slot canyon hikes. Now, once again, one of the most appealing things about this ride is the diversity of the terrain. Many times when you go to just the sand dunes where you need sand tires, or you just go rock crawling where you need a rock crawler, you have to have a very specific ATV. The good thing about this terrain is that your typical ATV, stock ATV, is sufficient for any of these trails. As you can see, there's not one trail down here that is not absolutely stunning and picturesque. But my favorite rides down here are in the Red Rock. Why, you ask? Because this is unique to the West. I love the romantic aspect of the Red Rock, and it's something that you can't see anywhere, and that's why people travel thousands of miles to come to this Jamboree. To prove that fact, just look at the license plates from just about every state in the Union. I enjoy off-roading for several reasons, and sometimes I want to be by myself. I just want to go with 1 or 2 vehicles and just be with a couple friends. Other times like this, I want to be with half of the world because I get to meet new friends and learn about each one of them. I also like being guided because I don't have to worry about the train and where we're going and entertaining everyone. I can just focus on enjoying nature and having great conversation with those in my vehicle.
You're riding with guides that know these trails. They know this country, and most of these guides have been here many years and have had the opportunity to pre-ride the trail, so we know if there's washouts or snow or mud or conditions which are challenging for most riders. And we label the trails beginning, intermediate, and advanced for the different levels of ridership that come here.
Going out on my own and not knowing all of the areas, I'm always a little bit nervous about making sure I find my way back home. But with our guys, you don't have to worry about that, and they can tell you a little bit of the history about the area, and that's, to me, is a great thing.
If you stay in the big city and you don't go out west where we are, I don't believe that you get a true understanding of your ancestors and all the history that is part of this great part of the West and our great nation. When I'm down here in the middle of nowhere, it makes me feel like I am standing on a place that some of my ancestors stood 100 years ago. All sorts of great historical events happen down here, and you can see traces of them. I feel very privileged to be here, but I also feel very privileged that I'm not having to do it on horseback and I can do it on a great ATV. This year's Tri-State ATV Jamboree is being held March 12th through the 15th. But if you can't make it this year, the good news is we're going to be back next year, so mark your calendars now for 2015.
The experiences you have just with mingling with other people and seeing equipment, it's a little something for everyone.
Great people, food, and camaraderie. I certainly would recommend it to anybody, and particularly coming through the winter and having cabin fever. And it's time to get out and enjoy a little bit of the spring.
From the Tri-State ATV Jamboree, I'm Kory Toon.